How much do you value your business? Oh, it's Monday. It's John Butt on the Marketing for Owners podcast with a short tidbit of information for you that will help you in your marketing and in your business growth, because it's all about growing a business. You may be happy just as you are in your business, but I ain't going to guess that you're not really, are you? That's why you're here. That's why you're looking for inspiration, for new ideas, for great information, and for tips. And good for you. That means you value your business. But how much? Now, here's a challenge. So, first of all, I have to add a disclaimer. This is going to be kind of preachy, and this is going to involve some tough love. Now, you know me, you guys, it's just John, it's just me, just chilling on the camera or on the sound for those of you listening audio only. But when I give you some tough love, it's because I love you. Yeah, in an, love you in an American way, because you are my peeps, and this is how I roll. You can tell I've probably been watching some... actually, I think this is because I watched a movie called Dope the other day. And if you haven't seen Dope, by the way, really, really funny. Unheard of film, really funny. But yeah, I'm going to give you some tough love because sometimes we need tough love. And those who are used to dealing with me know that although I'm ever so nice, I tend to be quite blunt and to the point, because I don't really think that it does you any good hearing all the lovey-dovey stuff that just makes you feel good. You actually need to hear what you need to do, and you need the advice to tell you what you should do, not how lovely you are. You probably know that. That's for your friends and family to tell you. You want solid advice. Now, in the thing of how much do you value your business, what I mean by that is not like valuing it as you're about to sell it. I mean, what are you going to invest in your business? So many people that I hear, that I listen to, or that talk to me will tell me that things they can't afford to pay for things that cost hardly anything. So, for example, if you are designing you want to design something like a brochure or a logo, a lot of people will think, well, I can do it myself. I can get on Canva for free, something like that. But there is Fiverr. I would say go to Fiverr, Fiverr.com, $5, £3.50, something like that, for a gig to have something done by someone who does not get to log into anything. They just do it for you. If you don't like it, you think, puh, don't use it. It costs £3.50. That's yes, that is a Starbucks coffee. In fact, in England, that's less than a Starbucks coffee or a Costa coffee, isn't it? It is at the services anyway on the M25. But that's being a cheapskate. If you wouldn't pay for that, you'd rather do it yourself. You don't value your time in the slightest, because these people, you ask someone to do it, then you get on with the work that you are supposed to be doing. If you are a designer, that's fine. But how many of you are designers? Why are you messing about on Canva? I then see what people produce, and it's awful. And I have to politely say, well, it was a good effort, but yeah, if you ever get a review from me on anything, you'll quite often have the but, however, and which is me saying, oh, why waste your time? Just get someone to do it. I did A-level art at school. You won't get me doing a drawing or doing my own logos. I know it's not quite the same thing, but you know what I mean. Obviously, I have an arty streak. I'm not going to do any of that. I'm going to pay experts to do it. But more than that is advice. Right? I was talking to my good friend Sean, who also has a similar sort of business, similar sort of approach to people. And we're talking about paying. There are many free things and there are many paid things. Now, Sean is developing a service, a new service. He actually built it for himself and it's going to roll out. And we're talking about price points. And he said to me, he's thinking of maybe going for $1,000 a month price point. And I said, yes, you should, because you will then get rid of all of the cheapskates who will come in at sort of, you might have 5,000 users at $50 a month. But that's going to create a lot of problems because all the people who look for cheap items moan a lot. If you stick with the elite, the ones that value their business and value it at $1,000, you will get less sales, but they'll be more profitable. You'll have less headaches because people will see the value in the item and make the effort. Now, is this you? By the way, just to clarify, I'm not going to try and sell you this product. It's not for sale yet, and it's probably not for you anyway. And I'm not suggesting you should just pay $1,000 a month for things. But if I said to you, for instance, that I was offering, and again, no, not trying to sell you something now. If I told you I was trying to offer you advice and it was going to be, if I said, I don't know, £300 a month and you could get me anytime and talk to me for advice, would you say, oh no, I can't afford that? Or would you think, wow, John, you've got a lot of experience. You probably know all the things I need to know. You could possibly stop me wasting my time. In one talk, 1 hour, you could probably stop me wasting £300 of my time, or you could give me some advice that saves me that. I could have been about to spend £5,000 on a new website. You could help me get it done for £1,000. You've instantly saved me that. Fantastic. I have lots and lots of problems and issues. I have staff problems. I have this. You've been around for many years. Yes, it's good value. Or do you think, oh, £300 a month? Yeah, no. I go to a local network event and it's free. Or I go to the Chamber of Commerce and it's events and it's free. How much do you value? You have to invest in your business. If you cannot afford, if you're that person, and just to clarify again, I'm not about to offer you something for £300 a month. I'm just making an example. But if you cannot afford that, then listen to me. Go and get a job. Stop playing at having a business. You haven't got a business, you have a hobby. A hobby doesn't pay the bills. When I had my last company, Triangle Fire Protection, I used to go and buy small fire extinguisher businesses. Everyone wants a massive value on their business, but the number of people working for themselves that have worked for themselves for 10 or 15 years, when I looked at their books, their earnings, their take-home earnings before tax was less than £10,000, was shocking. Some were £5,000. It's shocking. They would have got paid a salary of £20,000 for anybody employing them to do what they do for themselves. But they wanted the freedom of their own business. That's not a business, that's a chore. They would have been working all the extra hours that you have to run a business. Why? So if you don't value it, if they'd have got advice, their business would have grown. But they're not going to pay for it because they'll say, I can't afford it. They had to invest. It's like with adverts. You have to pay for the advert in advance to get the sale afterwards. Why does anyone do it? They can't afford it because they don't know what they're going to get until they've done it. So you have to invest. So you need a bit of money up front. If you're at a startup stage, you need some money because you're going to have to pay yourself wages at the end of the month. Oh, were you going to do it for free? Were you? Were the people that are going to work for you do it for free? No. And it's the same with advice and the same with the best tools. A lot of the tools are free, but the best advice that is going to build your business is going to cost you money. Please spend some. Spend it wisely. Don't pay everybody, but spend wisely. Do not think that something is more expensive. I just go back to myself, okay? When I started Fire Protection Online, I joined a group in America that was $10,000 a year. I had not generated a penny in income. Yeah, I used to have to fly to America for it. I stayed a member of that for 5 years. Yes, work it out, $50,000. My business, from zero, thanks to that help, did $1 million and £2,000 in the first 1 year. And I wasn't expecting it. I was expecting it to do up to 100,000 if I was lucky. That's why I stayed for 5 years. With the E-Myth, I think I paid something like £3,000 a month. Look, my business now is very successful. With with Strategic Coach, that's a hefty investment. Again, why do you think I pay it? Just because I can? Remember, I had no money when I started those. And I'm not suggesting you run out and spend all this, but please value your business, value advice, and pay what it's worth. There you go. Tough love, end of. Sorry, I'll try and come back with a nice friendly tip tomorrow. And it is Monday, and I've got one for you. Today's book for the week, is The Cheat Code. Now, I'm sure this is going to come out back to front on the camera, so sorry, but look, a real book. It's by Brian Wong. Now, and yes, I've read it. It's actually, it's 71 tips and cheats. Now, the guy's quite young, and it's a good thing. It's a good book because you can read it in fits and starts. And some of the reviews weren't very friendly, but I thought it was good because it's like getting quotes. You can get little bits of inspiration. If you cannot get a couple of good ideas out of those 71 ideas he puts out, and ideas and inspiration, then you're not reading it properly. So it's a good for inspiration and for an easy read on a commute, because you can say, I'll read 3 now, 5 now, 10 now, chapter by chapter. Okay, anyway, thanks for listening. I'll be back tomorrow.